Please start the show.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Divya Khandelwal, founder of High School Moms. I started this movement of high school moms to ensure each mother in this country is empowered with right information regarding colleges, careers, courses, and more. High School Moms is all about you. It's all about your children. You would be surprised to know how many school principals, counselors, and university representatives have joined hands with me. And I'm grateful to each one of them. I'm trying to do my bit for our children, and I'm calling for your support. I invite all the mothers to join High School Moms Facebook group. It is the best thing you could do to help your children. For all the fathers, please don't get disappointed. Either you can follow our Facebook page or you can follow us on Instagram. Now, let me invite our lead advisor, India's best career counselor, a Times education icon, a person who has not only spoken at over 500 events, but who has counseled over more than 25,000 students. None other than one and only Mr. Abhishek Gupta.
Thank you so much, Divya, for that generous introduction. Good morning, everybody. Can I have a quick HSM? Capital H, capital S, capital M in the chat box. H for High School Moms, S for Sandeep Chhabra, and M for Maya Dodd. Come on, guys, give me a big HSM. The chat should not stop. That's the only way you can shout out loud and make them understand how excited you are to listen to Sandeep Chhabra and Maya Dodd. It's all about them today. It is not about Abhishek Gupta. So let's go and welcome them with a big HSM. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. All right. One more time, just want to wake all of you up. We are 550 above on the Zoom room. We are almost 4,000 people on the Facebook groups. One more time from you. Type in a YAY for me. A big yay for today's event. A big yay to welcome the panelists. Just a YAY, okay? Your YAY is the only way you are reaching out to this esteemed panel. And I'm very sure that Sandeep sir and Maya will be extremely delighted to see your engagement, because the chat is the only way. And people say that webinars are one-way communication. We're going to prove all of them wrong. We're going to prove the people wrong that webinars cannot be a one-way communication. If the chat is used effectively, you guys can resonate with us. So agar meri awaaz aapke dil tak pahunch rahi hai, one more time, a YAY from all of you in the chat box. Super awesome. Thank you so very much, guys. Thank you so very much. Good morning, everybody. A warm welcome to Maya Dodd, Dr. Maya Dodd, and Mr. Sandeep Chhabra on behalf of High School Moms and the entire parent community. Thank you so very much for taking our time. I know you are busy people, and you have taken out time just to resonate, just to communicate with the entire mothers of this country. Right now, almost 5,000 people are listening to you. We are already close to 600 in the Zoom room, and I do not want to keep them waiting. I definitely do not want to keep them waiting. Thank you, Shraddha, for those warm words. I have to put up the chat for some time, and we'll keep on coming back to the chat every now and then so that it doesn't disturb us. So ladies and gentlemen, let me just introduce the panel to you. Starting with the lady, we have Dr. Maya Dodd, a PhD in modern thought and literature from Stanford. Okay, Maya, I'm still wanting to understand how does Stanford happen here. I mean, I'm still waiting to understand this. Prior to that, she has received her BA in English Literature from St. Xavier's College. She is Assistant Dean of Teaching, Learning and Engagement at Flame. If I continue reading her entire profile, possibly we will need an hour to get over with it. She is featured in various journals. She is a thought leader, an educator, and a passionate one for that matter. And I am delighted to welcome you to the show, Maya. Thank you so very much for taking our time. And I have Mr. Sandeep Chhabra, somebody I really look up to, one of the most leading principals of our country, one of the senior most educators in our country, a graduate and a master's in chemistry. From chemistry to being a principal. Okay, I really have a question around that, sir. You definitely have to answer that. He has served as principal for various schools, was the founding principal for Kimberly, JBCN, He was Director, Curriculum Development and Teacher Development, Indus Trust. And now he's back home with Indus International School as the principal. He did his schooling from Missouri, did his college from Delhi, an expert in CBSE, actually an expert in all the four boards, CBSE, ICSE, Cambridge, and IB. How does that happen? I do not know, but definitely want to learn. Has built 3 full-fledged greenfield projects into, converted them into boarding schools. So an educator of repute, somebody I personally really look up to. Thank you so very much, Sandeep sir, for joining in. Thank you so very much. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this show today is about liberal education, about careers which are human to human. And I'll give you a basic understanding why it was important for us at High School Moms to come up with this kind of a webinar. It was important because we are suffering from 2 epidemics right now. One is definitely COVID and the other is webinar epidemic. I have personally been on various panel discussions, and the unfortunate part of these panel discussions that's happening is that every time I go to a panel discussion which is related around the career, and Maya and Sandeep, Sandeep sir, I would definitely want your attention on this. Whichever panel discussions I have been on, there's this thing going around that future is only related to technology, and anybody or anyone who is non-technological or cannot understand technology well has no future at all. And I refuse to understand this, that why they are saying like that, because there will be a career for everybody. I'm very sure that human to human interaction is here to stay, whether through technology or through face-to-face. We are a social race. We cannot be locked inside our homes throughout eternity. So I got this big question in my head that what will those kids do who are basically into humanities or who are basically into commerce and who are not very, very technological? So don't they have a future? And that's where we came to this point in time where it was important for us to plan a show like this. And look at the excitement. Almost 5,000 people on the Facebook groups right now, 650 in the Zoom room. My initial capping in the Zoom room is about 700. So if we go above 700, I'll have to reset it. And 700 is a huge figure. We are already at 650. And I'm very sure by the time we hit 11:45, we'll be 700. So this is the agenda for the day. Parents want to hear, will there be life for the kids who are not technologically savvy or who do not want to be a coder? Will they have to suffer after COVID, or they are still very much safe and secure? There are enough careers for each one of us to succeed in. And I'll give you a little story about me. A management graduate who again did his strategic management from Anderson School of Management, UCLA, worked in the corporate, left the job, took up a career which is pure humanities career called career counseling. And I keep on saying this to everybody, that you ask me about zillion careers, you never ask me how to become a career coach. And this has become really funny for me, because becoming a career counselor is a very noble exercise. It's a noble job. It's a very emotionally gratifying job. It's a very gratifying career, and hell, it pays well. So I don't understand, why can't people think beyond? So with that thought that people can always move from one career to the other, with the thought that my kids or the kids of the parents and the mothers who are attending this webinar right now, they might not change 5 jobs, they might change 5 careers. With that thought, I invite opening remarks from both of you. Since I introduced Maya first, I'll ask her to go next. And Maya, if you can start.
Yeah.
Your opening remarks.
Absolutely. No, thank you so much, Abhishek, for hosting this. I think there's too little attention in an unpredictable time, right, on the future of humanity. And I think what the questions that you're going to be raising in this session are really about how we as human beings understand our relationship to a future that seems to be increasingly mediated by technology. So given that there was already talk about, the future of jobs being overtaken by artificial intelligence, machine learning, right? Robots will do our jobs. I think that question had been hanging in the air for a while. which was what is the role of the human being when there is so much technology and machine sort of ability to do the jobs we do today. So the prediction, right, that we will change careers, right, during a lifetime, multiple times over, was not the kind of future that our parents inherited, right? They were the stable job, one job for a lifetime model. And we are sort of assuming that that model will carry us forward. Clearly it won't. Clearly this pandemic has interrupted many things, most of all our idea of prediction. So I hope to sort of detail more in terms of how this goes. And over to you, Sandeep sir, for your comments.
Thank you. Sandeep sir, your opening remarks and also why it is important that initiatives like High School Moms really work, because I keep on saying this, that, you know, we see a lot of educational companies doing webinars, but we get that sense of marketing from them. But when a community like High School Moms comes forward, and we are already 690 in the Zoom room, you can understand the traction, because to bring 690 people onto a webinar in today's time, when there are happening at least 20 webinars that I am aware of which are happening this weekend, it's surely not easy. So how a movement like this can contribute, and also your thoughts on the fact that is the future only technology, or people like me who are not technologically savvy will also be able to survive, sir?
So good morning to everyone. To the first thing about High School Moms, I think, it's very important that educators or people who are associated with any form of education, I think it's their moral responsibility to build platforms like this, which gives young people and their parents an insight into what different courses have to offer. I think, the most important thing is to allow people to get an insight into different types of schools, into different type of colleges. And then it is for each one of them to figure out for themselves what would be the right fit for them. I think, your platform is giving an opportunity to people to get an insight into different types of education. And then, as young people, and of course, with their parents' involvement, guidance, they've got to try and figure out for themselves what would be the best way forward. The other thing that you talked about was, technology and the role the humans will play. Of course, in the world that we left behind in January, February, and when we kind of move out, it'll be a new world that we'll be moving out. There was a lot of integration of technology in every field. And, everyone knew that, algorithms, machine learning, this would be a way of life. But COVID has disrupted almost everything. Today, if you look at any company, a Fortune 500 company, you look at an airline, you look at a restaurant, a resort, you look at a school, you look at a university, you look at a person who's trying to make business or do business on the street, everyone is in startup mode. And if they do not innovate, and they'll have to come up with various different things. If they don't innovate, they'll go out of business. So the new world will be about entrepreneurship, will be about innovation. It'll be about people who can think not only out of the box, but think where there is no box at all. It'll be people who will have a certain competency, and I'm not saying that you must not have a signature strength, but will also require a lot of cross competencies. And today they talk about this T skill, where you have this depth of knowledge, but you also have cross competencies, and it's not going to, and that's something that's going to be exceptionally relevant in the way the world will pan out. It's going to probably take 10, 20 years for the new normal to be built. And this 10, 20 years will be for people who can think laterally. And according to me, what's going to be really important is that both schools and colleges liberate education so that they can help build young people who have the cross competency, because the world is going to become a very interdependent world. So, what I'm kind of talking about, if parents don't only believe me, I request all of them to read a book called Range. It's written by an author called David Epstein. And the subtitle of the book is Where Generalists Will Triumph Over Specialists. In the new post-COVID world, it's not a jack of all trades. Please don't get me wrong. When I talk about a generalist, it's somebody who has a signature strength, a key competency, but has also multiple interrelated, not even diverse competencies, because the world has become such a place. It's going to be a world of innovation. We're going to be a world of startup, and everyone needs to be startup ready.
Right. Thank you so much, Sandeep sir. So just for the understanding of the parents, what Sandeep sir said is that the future is about T framework. When we say T framework, we imagine yourself, because some of you might not be aware of what T framework is. Imagine a big T written in front of you, T for tiger. Now the depth, the vertical line of the T is basically your depth of knowledge in one particular field. So you should have a signature strength, which is your depth of knowledge. But what is also very important is the horizontal line, which is the top of the T, which is that where you have multiple skill sets inside you. And that brings us to this particular discussion, which is about liberal education. Now, I'm going to have some fun with Maya on this, because Maya, definitely you are a good friend. I have hosted you on one of my webinars before. I have been talking to you all this while. I have visited your university, and wow, I mean, who creates a university inside a valley? I mean, who does that? I mean, it's an amazing infrastructure. I get that. I have interacted with your faculty. I have interacted with your students, and wow, they all are super confident. They talk well, and that's the future. I can understand how communication is so very important. People ask me, yesterday on the group, there was this very humbling question for me. It said, how do you become a great career counselor like Abhishek Gupta? And I so wanted to say that you do not become a great career counselor like Abhishek Gupta just by reading books. You also need to develop communication skills, because the only reason you're able to appreciate is because you see him on a webinar or you see him on a stage. For God's sake, you don't even know whether I know something or not. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't know, but definitely you have to understand the power of communication. Now, I have been trying to bring Sandeep sir, and you, and both of you are so senior resources. You are an assistant dean. Sandeep sir is the principal of one of the finest schools in our country, rated as one of the finest, rated as number one in Maharashtra for last 5-7 years, Sandeep sir, as per Education World. Now, Maya, it has taken me 3 months to bring you here. I get that you are busy. I get that you have been really occupied with this, COVID situation and transitioning. I understand how great Flame is when it comes to liberal education, right? Today is the time when you are right there, right? Can you please, for the interest of our parents, okay, for the interest of the parents who are tired of listening to these webinars, which pure marketing webinars, right? Can you please, as the thought leader, I am asking an answer, not from Maya Dot. I am asking an answer from the Assistant Dean of Flame, the university, which is the #1 university when it comes to liberal education in our country, right? What is this liberal education? Can you just simply define it for me?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Abhishek, as many parents here, I'm reading the questions, I understand the anxiety. Indian education at the college level has premised the separation of subjects, right? At the age of basically 15, you have to pick arts or science or commerce. And the same applies for medical or engineering, right? Basically by 18, you've got to pick something. Now, this presumes, first of all, that you know who you are at these ages, which is really ridiculous when you think about the journey to adulthood. But also that these subjects have nothing in common, right? That a doctor, for instance, doesn't have any need to understand empathy, right? Which is the narrative of humanity and such. So the very idea that education can be blocked into these separate silos is a function of efficiency. The Indian education system at the college level has presumed essentially the process of selection because we have scale. And at the scale level, we can't accommodate everyone. So we obsess about cutoffs, number of seats in colleges, what subject, only one subject, right? What subject will my sort of ward study? And this sort of tedium is really an inheritance of a very British bureaucratic need, which we no longer, frankly, have, right? The world is what you make of it. Your professions, as we said, are unpredictable. So how are you sort of training for something you don't know the future of? What you really need are very strong fundamentals. A liberal education is premised on the idea that you're building essentially a personality, right? Somebody who can go out there in the world and tackle a problem. Think of the college as a laboratory, right, for real world practice. Now we as a liberal education university are expected to give you challenges that would let you simulate real world problem solving. What discipline this falls under is incidental. The idea is really that no matter what subject as such you pick, you're basically getting a chance at a certain angle at, journeying your way into the world in terms of professional problems, real world challenges, teamwork, all of that. So a liberal education is not only the idea of what degree do you end up with, but an entire journey that prepares you for challenges that, you need to be strong to take on, right? And mentally strong, intellectually aware, fundamentally solid, right? These are our goals in liberal education. And I really agree with both Sandeep sir and Abhishek that this time is a reckoning, right? For everything. And this form of education goes back to the Greeks. It's not a recent invention. Yes, people think of it as an American, because of liberal arts and those associations. But really, most good education historically has been liberal. And that means it combines many subjects, it combines many approaches, and it engages you with the real world. So in every sense, this is sort of where we're coming from.
Right. So in simple words, Maya, and I understood it really well. Sandeep sir understood it really well. Some of the principals who are attending the show really understood it really well. We have some mothers who are non-working professionals even today. Okay? They understand that agar commerce le liya, and pardon me for talking in Hindi, but I want to reach out to each and everybody. कॉमर्स ले लिया तो बीकॉम के अलावा कोई और ऑप्शन नहीं है. इकोनॉमिक्स पढ़ लिया तो इकोनॉमिक्स के अलावा और कुछ नहीं पढ़ सकते. So my question now to Sandeep sir is, sir, you are heading one of the finest IB residential schools in our country. I get that. I also understand the kind of journey you have had. Can you please, with all your experience, for the benefit of the parents and the students listening to you right now, explain to me, is it necessary to follow the traditional roadmap? Is it necessary? And maybe you don't want to, I am also a Delhi University alumni, but I'm not a big fan of Delhi University. And ladies and gentlemen, this is all my comments. These are not endorsed by HSM. I understand liberal education more, that it is the future and need of the hour. As per you, sir, a senior principal, do you think that liberal education, what according to you is liberal education, sir?
All right. See, today education is not only about preparing a child to get into a college. Unfortunately, in the past, school education meant that you kind of prepped a kid that after he finished his grade 12, he got into a university.
Right.
And then, the college did whatever they wanted to do with him.
Right.
I think today education is about preparing the child for life. And it has to start from the very young age, so it's about building skills. It's not about content learning. Anyway, the content that we learned in different grades, we've never used it. If I ask, parents, what were the chapters they studied in history in grade 9, they probably won't even remember the chapter, forget what was in it. So the content, as we learnt it really never mattered. What matters is the skills that you build up. And, although I've studied chemistry myself, but, over the years, I've started to believe that it is now time for schools to liberate education, even schools, forget universities. It's now time for schools to provide multiple opportunities to children whilst they're doing their academic program. All right. So as they do their academic program, give them opportunities in diverse fields to do experiential learning, to even just get simple insights so that they start thinking completely, use every part of their brain and think, because only then will they be able to become transdisciplined in their thinking?
Right.
Right. So you'll be happy to know that we at Indus are starting a startup school.
Right.
Right. So because the future is about startups, it's about building competencies as you go along with your academic competency. But that's only going to happen when, whether it's a school or a college or a program, offers you that. So when you look at liberal arts colleges, they are building a key competency. So there's a subject that you study, and you study it as much as you would study in a school that's not offering liberal arts.
Right.
Then you're also building other skills along with it. And that's the only way to get future ready. You've got to have skills. In fact, tomorrow's world, it's not going to be only about employability. I think more important than that would be earnability. All right. So you're going to have the earnability if you're going to be able to do what is relevant in a very new world, in a changed world. It's not even a changing world. It's a new world. I believe that liberal arts education was the way forward. Today, I think it is the only way forward. I mean,
Absolutely, completely agree there, sir. Thank you so very much. Completely agree there. So this is, I'm enabling the chat for 2 minutes for everybody out there, because I know that you have to be engaged with me, and you know that I don't get excited till the time you give me a shout out. So a big shout out again. Now this time it has to be A for Abhishek Gupta, A for appreciation for the 2 panelists with me, A for accolades. Okay, so give me a big A. Give me a big A for, yeah, that's like it. Give me a big A, guys. Thank you so very much. Give me a big A, because that helps us that we are going in the right direction. So again, starting off from where Sandeep sir left, making it simpler for all of you out there. Almost 721, wavering around maybe because of internet bandwidth on the Zoom room, and almost like close to 4,500 right now on the tops. On the Facebook groups. Basically, sir, is this, Sandeep sir, I mean, did I understand it right? You are trying to say that liberal education is the future. It is where you study one core competency, but you also develop other competencies, right? So अगर हिंदी में हम बोलें तो आपकी एक की स्ट्रेंथ तो बनेगी ही बनेगी, but आप बाकी बहुत कुछ सीखेंगे जो कि फ्यूचर के लिए जरूरी है, right? So here is the deal, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody who is listening to us. If you take commerce, because what you want to hear is, what are the careers after commerce? What are the careers after humanities? What are the careers in liberal arts education? If you take commerce, you do not have to just do a BCom. You do not have to become just a CA. Not everybody becomes a CA. If your child really wants to be a CA, go for it. But do not push your child just to become a CA because you think commerce with maths, so has to be a CA. No. Commerce has other subjects apart from accounting as well. There is a subject called economics. Why do we forget that? Right? And what Sandeep sir is saying is, go to a university where you can study possibly economics with psychology, where you could study possibly economics with communication skills. Maya, lot of questions have poured in last 10 days since we started giving out information about this very webinar. And the worrisome part is that people are still asking what career options are there after commerce. They have to start understanding that even after doing commerce, world is open for you. Yes, you might not be able to become a doctor because it's a super specialized field, and you might not be able to become an engineer, but you can still become a lot of other things apart from becoming just an accountant. So my question to you is, Maya, take 2 or 3 examples of how liberal education worked for us.
Right.
So if somebody, and I'm talking about commerce students right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So somebody who has subjects like business management, somebody who has subjects like economics, and let's first start, this kid does not have maths because there is this big hawa, I must say, about ki maths nahi hai to ab kya hoga, right? So I understand Flame is a very, very reputed university. I am a big fan of your university. And guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is very important, okay, before I forget. Today is just part one of the show, okay? You have to attend till the end, till the time I say bye to you. You have to attend it because there is a part 2 coming. And believe me, half knowledge is dangerous, okay? Half knowledge is dangerous. So if you attend today and if you do not attend the next one, God help you, okay? People like Divya and me and Sandeep sir and Maya, we can only come and talk. Your participation is equally important. And guess what? You know, at High School Moms, I'm not going to market you, okay? I'm sorry, there's some construction going on. So I'm not going to market you about HSM. But what I'm going to say is with folded hands, please listen to us when we are talking about liberal education. Please listen to us. So Maya, few examples that you have to give me for somebody who does not have maths in 11th and 12th, has subjects like business management, economics, and accountancy. Yeah. What can this guy and girl come and study at Flame?
Yeah. So, you know, our options till the 12th are a certain set of options, right? We are led to believe that those options restrict us from making new choices after the age of 18. When you enter a college like Flame, a liberal education university, you essentially are starting from scratch. Meaning that we are not assuming you already are good or bad at something, okay? You are exploring across a very wide range of options what it is that you want to stitch together. Now, I'll give you an example. For instance, in a typical BCom environment, you don't think about a specialization like digital marketing, right? Now, digital marketing is exactly what a lot of parents are saying. What can you do without mathematics, right? It's a totally without mathematics option. And in the meantime, somebody who really wants to get deep into social media marketing and all of that would be very well served to do psychology with economics, right? Because that's a behavioral science field. Now, even Sandeep sir was mentioning this, right? When you're looking at the future, there's a lot of combination of skills that you actually are looking at. You're not looking at one sort of trick, right? You're looking at very, many perspectives. So I can give you two sort of options. One is the high end, when you're talking about someone who does, let's say, international studies, there's a ton of new spaces in this country called think tanks, right? These are places that evolve policy, let's say, for government, for corporation, for all kinds of things. To get to those sorts of jobs, you would be well suited to take international studies, public policy, economics, right? That range of subjects. What we're trying to focus on here is to say where you land up is not in your control. How prepared you are is in your control, right? So in terms of these options, first of all, the idea that math either makes or breaks you, I think please remove this idea. When you're using, certain things like WhatsApp or Facebook, you're not necessarily the person who does the engineering. There's a lot of application-based knowledge which exists across domains. Social science, statistical work, in the humanities, there's something called digital humanities. There's a whole lot of stuff out there which does not resemble the 19th century version of that discipline. So please understand that all disciplines have involved now some amount of, analytics or computing or all of that without a mathematics knowledge, right? We can, make a website without knowing math, right? Simply put. So to sort of understand that at the idea of what Sandeep called employability, right? Which is earnability, but also at the level of understanding that a more holistic conception of being able to problem solve is what higher level careers essentially entail. And we're trying to focus on giving you all the skills you can possibly amass to solving that level of problem, which is higher managerial. But entry level also, there's a ton of options that, exist. Abhishek, I hope that's begun to answer. I know it's a long, involved question. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll request all the panelists to keep it very short because we're going to fight with time otherwise. And there are chunk loads of questions that we have to deal with. Maya, your screen got frozen, so maybe, yeah, it's fine now. Okay. So what I understand and what I want to tell the people out there, that when you look at careers into commerce, apart from doing a BCom, you can definitely send your children to a liberal arts university to study economics with finance. Finance can be a minor. So imagine your child was good in economics, but was not so good in accountancy, but can still study finance as a minor. Then you can send your child to study economics with psychology, can make a career in consumer behavior, in behavioral economics. You can make a child study economics with HR, human resource management. The child can still become a good resource in terms of human resources or training and development. Then there are beautiful careers. Please understand, with COVID, without COVID, I understand your child might not be good at technology, but your child can definitely be good at communications, right? Why can't we make the child study economics with digital marketing and communications, right? I was there at Flame Maya, and I was talking to one of your faculty there, and I was really surprised to know that you already have a course in minors and majors as digital marketing and communications.
Yeah.
And that's a career for the future. It's a career for commerce students. There is a career for commerce students where you can study economics with marketing. Like Sandeep sir said, the future is about entrepreneurship. अब थोड़ा सा क्लैरिटी मैं यहां दूंगा पेरेंट्स को. एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का मतलब ये नहीं है कि आपके बच्चे को बिजनेस ही चलाना पड़ेगा. Entrepreneurship is a mindset. Companies have started asking for employees who have studied entrepreneurship, right? So if you can study economics with entrepreneurship, again, Maya, I was told by one of your dean last time that you have even economics and entrepreneurship combination.
Yes.
And now I see Sandeep sir saying that Indus as a school is starting startup school, which is nothing but promoting entrepreneurship. So I see that both schools and universities are not working in silos. They've actually started realizing that interdisciplinary approach, which we have started calling as liberal education. So ladies and gentlemen, liberal education को अगर साफ शब्दों में हिंदी में बोलूं, तो जब आपका बच्चा 2, 3, 4, 5 स्किल्स में एक साथ कॉम्पिटेंट होगा, जब वो फ्यूचर के लिए रेडी होगा, उस टाइप की एजुकेशन को लिबरल एजुकेशन बोलते हैं. So stop thinking about only doing that BA economics course where if you do not have 99% and if you do not get the admission, okay, you are treated as you are not good enough. My question to Sandeep sir now. Sir, this is very important. Before we go back to careers, I also want to take certain questions for the parents of 10th and 11th, 10th standard kids who are there. And this question is coming up back and forth in Q&A as well. What is the right board for a child? How do I decide whether CBSE, ICSE, Cambridge, and IB, which one is the right fit? If you can just quickly, sir, 120 seconds.
All right. So, what is the right fit? I think, it's left to every child and every parent to decide. I'm just going to kind of explain in very, very simple terms, very, very quickly, the basic difference. So, if you look at the national boards in India or the state boards, they run programs which are driven on a syllabus. The syllabus gets converted into a textbook. The teacher teaches the textbook, the child learns it. If the teacher can't teach, the tuition teacher will teach. That's the system. It's about the what. The IB program is probably the only program which runs on a curriculum. So the difference is, and sometimes we think syllabus and curriculum is pretty much the same thing. So whilst the focus of the syllabus is on the what, the focus on the curriculum is to teach the child or make the child be able to become a learner. So learning to learn is the focus. So the framework that allows children to become learners is what is the curriculum. And I can assure you that IB is the only program that has a curriculum. The rest of them are pretty much syllabus driven as far as school education is concerned. The other major difference is that, most of the education that we try to offer is a teacher-led program. Okay, so the teacher comes and teaches and the children learn. But if you look at closely at an IB program, they are all student-led. And the third major difference is that in our traditional system, we are most of the time putting forth points of view which are there in the textbook or which somebody has told us. But when we talk about IB education, finally they want to know what you have to say. So the entire foundation of an international baccalaureate program is thought independence. Today, I really don't want to know what Google has to say. I can read it. Okay, from you. I want to know what you have to say based on what you studied in the book or what you've studied on the internet. And like I said, in a world that is very uncertain, they used to call the world a VUCA world. I think going forward now, it's going to be a VUCA triple plus world. Okay, it's going to be absolutely, volatile and, ambiguous and uncertain. And, it's going to be a very, very challenging world. So to have somebody with a fixed mindset is not going to work. So like international education, basically IB education makes you a thinker. I always tell parents, no matter where you do an IB diploma program, it doesn't matter, okay, which school you go to. In 2 years, you will become from a young boy or girl into an adult in thinking. That's the power of the program. And in this post-COVID world, it is the most relevant that we have young people who, like I said, have the ability to think where there is no box, have the ability to not only do things differently, but have the ability to end up doing completely different things. The world is waiting for people who have the ability to do different things, who have the ability to disagree. In our world, conforming and agreeing were two traits. But today the world is looking for young people who have a different thought process, a different idea. So ability to disagree without being disagreeable, of course. That's very, very important. Thank you.
Right. So ladies and gentlemen, I want you to hold back because some interesting thing is really coming up right now and you do not want to miss out. And what is coming up right now are careers in humanities. We're going to talk about that. We will talk about how you can combine various subjects and reach out to amazing career options, whether you are a commerce student or humanities student. We will also talk about that there is a difference between being a science student and a computer science student. A computer science is a different field of study, absolutely, than just being a science student. So I want you guys to stick to your seats because there is a lot coming up right now. But there is something very, very interesting I want to share with you before I ask my next question to Maya. And the interesting thing that I'm going to share with you is one suggestion that as a career coach who has counseled so many students and spoken over 500 events, I want to give you one suggestion. And it is, if you can't believe me, then start using sunscreen. Okay? This is my suggestion to you guys because, for sunscreen, the benefits have been claimed by scientists, right? That it is relevant, it protects you from skin cancer, because for everything else, what we are saying right now has no reliable basis than our own experience. And if you still cannot trust our experience, then the only thing you can do is start using sunscreen every day, because that's the only scientific thing, according to me, which can be proven by science as on today. The fact of the matter is that since we are in lockdown, we might not even need sunscreen, right? So what you need to understand is that what we are sharing right now about liberal education is a thought process, okay? It is a thought process. It is not about being in CBSE or ICSE. Yes, IB, because it's a completely liberal board. It allows you to study whatever you want to study. Liberal education is a concept of the West, which now companies in India have accepted it, right? So what we are trying to say is that let your child learn what he or she wants to learn.
Yeah.
Coming back to the question, Maya, the question here is, and we will also talk about certain other things about, is liberal education expensive and how does it work? We'll talk about all that. Some careers, now people think अगर मैंने psychology ले लिया तो मुझे psychologist ही बनना पड़ेगा, मैं और कुछ बन ही नहीं सकता, या मैंने history पढ़ लिया तो मुझे historian ही बनना पड़ेगा, मैं और कुछ नहीं बन सकता, या मैंने अगर legal studies ले लिया तो मैं lawyer ही बन सकता हूँ और कुछ नहीं बन सकता. Can you suggest me what are the possible major and minor options a liberal arts university like Flame has?
Yeah.
So that then I will be able to relate it to the career.
I'll be short, Abhishek, but basically understand this. Our majors are often interdisciplinary, meaning if you take environmental studies, you are not doing only bio, only chem, only geography, only urban planning, right? You are equipped, and I think the future, whatever else it is, will focus a lot on green, green tech, whatever the new sort of economy is. The point is that you are equipped to get into any field in terms of whether it's the managerial side, the technical side, the analysis side. And this is true of all careers. I'm seeing a lot of questions saying, why aren't you talking about business? Why aren't you talking about political science? See, the thing is that no matter, these are all means to an end, right? The end is that can you take on the job? The jobs that are out there, and you will not believe this, but most of the jobs students get are jobs that did not exist 5 years ago, right? The kinds of skills, social media management. How many people in the chat room can even think of that kind of a profile? All of our kids who do NGO, for instance, internships, this is their number one task, manage our social media. So there are sort of skills that you need along the way, but then more importantly, there's a mindset, which is what Abhishek has been repeatedly, I think, hammering in, saying that if you understand that you need to be open, wide, and sort of not just focused on acquiring one competency, but interlinking these competencies to develop true ability, that's when you actually go out there in the world to get into jobs. The question of what job will be there, we don't even know when COVID will end, right? So I think some questions are too specific.
So Maya, I'm sorry to cut you short. I'll make it easy and simpler for my audience, because what is very critical right now is I've been able to get you. I mean, for God's sake, people, you have to understand. This is Professor Maya Dodd and Sandeep Chhabra talking. They are just not anybody, right? We are talking about one of the finest liberal education universities in the country, for which High School Moms and Abhishek Gupta took 3 months. 3 months to bring them here. So you really need to understand what the point that they are trying to drive. The thing that I want to make it simple, Maya, we are talking about humanities kids. Now, what are the kind of subjects that humanities people have? They have psychology, right? They have possibly sociology. They have legal studies. I understand that in your university, I can study psychology with theater.
Yes.
I can study psychology with music.
Yes.
I can study psychology with design. So what I'm trying to say is that when I ask the parents, what do you mean by careers in design? They say it is interior designing, apparel designing, automobile designing, and that's it. Yeah. Right? People, you have to understand, there is something called communication design. And if your child studies psychology with design, possibly the child can devise communication mechanisms for various organizations, how the information will flow. Do you know it's a very big career? Do you know that your child can study psychology with digital marketing and communications? You know, imagine, एक ad बनाने के लिए कोई advertising थोड़ी ना पड़ता है. एक ad बनाने के लिए एक psychologist का दिमाग चाहिए. देखिए कैसे हुआ था, COVID आया, तो one of those leading detergent brands said, सीधे से टीवी पे ad आ गई कि if you are a male, share the load. Right? Share the load वाला ad वापस से निकाल के किसने चलाया? There must be some person who understands consumer behavior कि इस टाइम सारे मेल्स घर पे हैं और वो अपनी वाइफ्स को हेल्प कर सकते हैं. वाइफ्स को कितना अच्छा लगेगा अगर कोई कंपनी ये वाली एड चला दे, तो वो यही खरीदेगी प्रोडक्ट. Now that is where psychology and communication and psychology and marketing has matched up. Another important thing, international relations. People think humanities ले लिया, अब मेरे पास legal studies है तो मुझे lawyer ही बनना पड़ेगा. नहीं, आपने humanities ले लिया, आपके पास maths नहीं है, आप फिर भी international studies पढ़ सकते हैं psychology के साथ. You can still contribute to various companies, NGOs, private sector companies as well as government organizations. So even for humanities, you have to understand that combining various subjects, study psychology with environmental studies. आपको पता है sustainability और environment एक बहुत बड़ा career है future के लिए. It's an amazing career, and all the leading liberal arts universities provide that. Flame does provide that, right, Maya? Environmental studies.
Yes.
So they do provide. Okay, my question to you, Maya, is this. I am a big fan of Flame. Okay, I'm a big fan of Flame. I understand because I interact with your students. I have had the privilege of talking to you. I also, parents, this is for you. Why am I a big fan? I'll tell you. I mean, some of us cannot afford to send our children abroad. Your biggest problem with a person like me is that we always keep on beating around that abroad because hum log abroad padhe hain. Imagine today, the same quality of education is available in India. That is one. imagine today that I was reading, is it true that you have collaborations with various international universities like Yale and
Yeah.
Boston and York and I don't know. I mean, there were about 20, 30 universities that you're collaborated with, right?
Yeah.
So imagine that you get the same quality of education right here in India. If you study liberal education, why would you want to go into that rat race of 97, 98, 99% and still not make it? Now, I have this question, Maya, from a girl called Inshika. Okay, and Inshika, if you are there, I'm enabling the chat, beta. If you are there, you have to just write a yes for me if you are listening. Inshika, I have picked on your question because it really shook me inside out. Inshika says, I have a very big doubt concerning courses of commerce with information practices. I am a commerce student. Maybe my parents cannot afford a great education. Can you suggest me to do something where I can even earn while I am either graduating? I will increase her question. I will take it further. Maya, are there scholarships available in universities like yours?
Yes, we are always on a talent hunt. We're really scouting for kids who have the curiosity, who are open to precisely being challenged. And the truth is, it's a very, very high level that you have to hit. I'm
So
not
you are
trying to-
saying, so
Yeah.
very short, Maya, because we are running with time. I'm sorry, I'll keep on cutting
Yeah,
this
yeah.
short.
No, we have a ton
Right.
of scholarships if you meet those criteria. Yeah.
Right, right. And another important question for you is, so I will answer this part of the question. So Inshika, beta, two things for you. One, there are enough ways to earn money, beta. Enough ways to earn money. There is no dearth of earning money. If you do even a small time social media marketing course on Udemy or Coursera, and if you launch your profile on, let's say, freelancer.com, freelancer.in or fiverr.com, you believe you me, with little bit of amount of hours in a week, you will still end up making about 15, 20, 25, 30,000 rupees a month without even studying anything. So it should not be about a deterrent of money, because money agar tum dimag lagaogi, if you can write well, beta, you have really framed your question well. So if you can write well, you can write content for people. And these are websites which will allow you to do it without even going out. And then there are universities like Flame Beta where you can definitely go and live up your dreams. I am aware because I talked to Maya when I was on my visit to Flame. And I still remember, Maya, I don't know whether you can recall it, that you do not even have to apply for merit scholarship with them. If they see in your application that you deserve a merit scholarship, they'll give it to you. You can apply for a need-based scholarship, which of course they will possibly take your interview and they will do their assessment, whether you certainly need it or you are, faking it. So there are enough scholarships also available. My question, I'll come to you, Maya. My question is to Sandeep sir right now. Sir, could you shed some light, slight difference between studying liberal arts in India and studying liberal arts abroad? And do you think universities like, because you are a school, do you think universities like Flame are providing the students with the same amount of, and I'm not giving it to you intentionally, Maya, because you are working with Flame, so you're not going to answer it. So do you think universities like Flame here in India are giving the same quality of education? I personally think so. I'm a career counselor and I'm actually backing my words with all my experience. Do you also think so, sir?
So I'm going to kind of, go back about 4 years. I had two students who, after finishing the diploma program, and both bright kids, they scored a 39 and a 43. The boy who got a 43 got into an Ivy League school, but decided to go to UCLA. And the girl who got a 39, I'm naming her, Anmay, went to Flame University, right? After 6-7 months, we had an alumni meet and they both met. And they started talking about what courses they were doing. And this boy comes to me and tells me, sir, I think I'm wasting my dad's money. All right. Because Anmay is doing so much more than I'm doing. And I'm spending all that kind of money, going to the US. So yes, I certainly believe that, and that's feedback that's coming from students. Okay. I certainly believe that today liberal education in India is as good as it is anywhere in the world.
Right.
And I'm sure that universities like Flame and there are other universities as well will bring about the required change that is required in higher education and get, like I said, children future ready. So this is
Right,
something
sir.
that I've been, as principal, heard it from the students, somebody
Thank
who's
you, sir.
studying overseas and somebody who's studying in India.
Thank you so very much, sir, for keeping it short, because really fighting with time, and this discussion is going really phenomenal. At 7:20 on the peak, we are still holding on to 670. So imagine after 1 hour of webinar, people are still holding on to 670 in the Zoom, and we are still holding on to 3,700 on the Facebook groups. We were at a peak of 5,200, and almost like 4,000 people are still listening to both of you, which means that this is going really great. All right, guys. So this is another important thing that you want to understand. To apply, because there are a lot of questions, how do you apply to a liberal arts university? Now, to apply to a university like Flame, you can either write their own assessment, or you can go in for an interview, or you can definitely apply through SAT. I have been harping this time and again that SAT is not only for abroad, it is also for India. If you write the SAT in India, you might be able to save from writing 10, 15, 20 entrances. Please, for heaven's sake, write that exam. It's an exam not only which prepares you for the universities, it really builds up your analytical skills and logical skill sets. So please, for heaven's sake, write that exam. Do not make your child avoid that exam. It is equally important for India. I have another important thing for Ishika Dhingra. This was your question, beta. On behalf of high school moms, beta, because you have a financial concern right now, I want to go out and propose, pick up any social media course, beta, up to the tune of $7,500, and Abhishek Gupta will reimburse the fees for you. Go out there, do it. My email ID is mail@abhishek.coach. Go out there and do it, beta. I'm going to reimburse the fees. There should never be dearth of somebody to pay the fees for a deserving candidate. But you enroll yourself in the course, complete that course, and I promise you I'll send you your money once you send me the completion certificate. And that's a promise, beta. So go ahead and do it. And every time I will do the webinars, I'll possibly pick up one of you and give you an award like that. Last few questions, and then I will take certain questions from the people here, and we will definitely engage them into education, into liberal education more. Maya, this is for you. And I'm going through all the questions because I'm getting the printouts. Explain me what is a major and a minor.
Yes.
Liberal education में पेरेंट्स भेजने को तैयार हो जाएंगे. आई एम श्योर संदीप सर, अभिषेक गुप्ता एंड माया डॉड ने उनको इतना तो कन्विंस कर दिया कि यही फ्यूचर है और यही करना चाहिए. राइट? आपके बच्चे को एक साथ 2 या 3 चीज पढ़नी चाहिए जो कि लिबरल एजुकेशन अलाउ करता है. लिबरल एजुकेशन आपके बच्चे की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग स्किल्स बिल्ड करता है. It builds your critical thinking skills. It builds your analytical skills. It builds your communication skills. It builds your creativity skills. And if you do not believe me, go to the website of World Economic Forum. आपका बच्चा कॉर्पोरेट के लिए तैयार कर रहे हैं ना, जॉब चाहिए ना आप लोगों को अपने बच्चे के लिए, तो आप एक बार वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम की वेबसाइट पे जाइए और वहां की वेबसाइट पे एक लिंक दिया है जिसमें लिखे हैं टॉप 7 skills for the kids who will pass out in 21st century. These are analytical, problem solving, critical thinking, communication, creativity and research. Right? और फिर भी आप लोग नहीं समझ रहे हैं. And then, people like us are harping and bringing people like Maya and Sandeep to come and tell you all this. So, Maya, what is a major and a minor? 90 seconds and you have to stop at 90.
Yeah. Sabiha, I see you've asked many questions, economics with maths, literature with psychology. These are what are combinations, right? At Flame, we have 250 plus combinations. I can't possibly list them all. Simply put, अगर आप psychology कर रहे हैं as your major subject, आप उसके साथ mathematics भी कर सकती हैं. The idea that you have a number of credits which gets you a degree, right, is your major. And the number of credits which gives you what on your certificate will say minor is a subject you're doing in conjunction with that other subject. But the thing is, you're not going to get a degree in both. It is not a double major, the way you're thinking of, let's say, other Bangalore and all that. But the thing is that it is actually showing your competency in one subject specifically along with others. No 2 kids at Flame have the same transcript. Okay? So, what combinations people do is up to them. And there are, as I said,
Right.
250 combinations. Yeah.
Right. I had another question from Siddike Aga. Siddike, if you are there, I have taken your question. You have specifically written an email to us. The question is, I am studying commerce without maths with secretarial practice. Okay, so that means you are an open, national open school student, because SP as a subject is given by open school student. Oh, this question I can take it up. All right. So, secretarial practice is a course where you can combine your, your studies, and you understand about how to become a secretary, a personal assistant. It teaches you a lot of human to human skills. It teaches you a lot of organizational skills. So even if you go for liberal education, you can really find out a lot of courses in operations, in people to people skills, in psychology, and you can definitely make careers with that, and you do not need mathematics to answer your question. Now, before we go into the last section, and so today's topic of discussion was, and ladies and gentlemen, as attendees, I want you guys to understand this. The entire agenda for today's discussion was, पहले तो आपको समझाएं liberal education होता क्या है, दूसरा आपको बताएं कि liberal education में क्या beautiful possibilities है, कि आपको सिर्फ BCom और BA psychology और BA economics के बारे में ना सोचना पड़े, right? आपका बच्चा BCom करके भी अगर एक क्रेडिट कार्ड कंपनी में क्रेडिट कार्ड बेच रहा है, तो उस BCom का क्या फायदा हुआ? आपका बच्चा अगर BA साइकोलॉजी करके भी जॉब नहीं मिल रही है, तो उस BA साइकोलॉजी का क्या फायदा हुआ? Don't you think it's important that your kid can study BA psychology with international studies and still get a job, or a BA psychology with communication and work in a marketing department of a company? Or if your child has commerce with computer science, don't you think your child should go and study computer science as a major, right? You can definitely do that, right? So today's idea was to tell you all that. In the part 2 on July 26th, we will talk more about careers, and that is something where you will be able to relate. I knew it today that it will not be possible to talk about all the careers. So मुझे लेकिन careers तक तो मैं तब पहुंचू ना जब मैं पहले आपको liberal education समझा पाऊं. Careers तक तो मैं तब पहुंचूंगा, और उस टाइप के jobs तक मैं तब पहुंचूंगा जब मैं आपको courses के बारे में समझा पाऊं. So आज मैंने सिर्फ एक काम किया है, आपको समझाया है liberal education क्या है, संदीप सर के थ्रू, माया के थ्रू, और 26th को what we will do is, we will now reach out to you and tell you what more can you do in terms of careers, how the careers can emerge. But before that, Maya, give me some examples. And guys, do not log off. Last 10 minutes, I have something very exciting for you coming up. So do not log off. Jahan aapne pura 1 ghanta nikala hai, another 10 minutes. I request Sandeep sir also for the patience, and Maya also for the patience. Just 10 minutes, guys. Okay. Give me some, Sandeep sir gave an example of your alumni doing great. Give me some jobs that your alumni are doing.
Okay. So as I mentioned, students who've done, let's say, international studies, public policy, they're working with, a lot of them are in consulting or policy. So Carnegie, for instance, is a big one. Brookings Institution, the Center for Policy Research, right? You won't believe that our kids are writing policy stuff at the age of 21, right? It's a function of being very strong on fundamentals. In terms of behavioral economics, people have been working with ad agencies who've gone into a behavioral space. So Ogilvy and Mather, of course, people doing digital marketing are involved in a lot of social media jobs. A lot of kids have gotten into education, and I mean that as a master's in education at Harvard or Berkeley or whatever. And from then on, and you can imagine the scope with EdTech, right? I'm serious, like education technology is such a, obviously, in our immediate future, that whether it's the sort of assessment part of it or the teaching part of it, it's a big one. And of course, economics, people join banks, and, that's, typical. But really speaking, what I want to say is, whether it's Netflix or whether it's Byju's, nobody saw them as being the big unicorns of our time, right? And they are. And those jobs are basically coming out of people who had skills that nobody else was preparing for. So I'm really going to keep focusing on the fact that you don't know what company name it is, but whether it's writing for Netflix or whether it is designing for Byju's, content creation, instructional development, these are very genuine careers out of education. And these are some of the jobs.
Absolutely. So, आप में से कई लोग पूछ रहे थे, how do I become a financial consultant? How do I become a management consultant? You do not become a consultant straight away. There is no degree which is called management consultant degree. You pick up economics with psychology, and you can still be a management consultant. You have to understand that. But then you need to have knowledge. You pick up economics with mathematics, you can definitely go and do actuarial sciences also, right? So careers can emerge. And like Maya said, consulting companies, research companies, edtech companies. These are all the companies which recruit from liberal education universities like that of Flame. Before I come to Sandeep sir for one last question, Sandeep sir, I'll come to you. This is before that to Maya. Maya, you are running some Flame summer programs as well, which I was researching. So before coming to this discussion, I was researching on your website and going through a lot of stuff. What is this Flame summer program all about? What is the takeaway there?
Yeah. So a lot of parents have asked, are they prerequisites, right, to doing certain majors? Is maths necessary for all this? Really, what we're trying to get to you is to understand we have a system of learning which is based on the student. The summer immersion is extremely useful to understanding how we learn, not what we learn. And the how is like a sampler of different subjects on offer, but really it's the style of the instruction that once you get familiar with, you understand what liberal education is better. And that's what it's a teaser for that.
All right. Okay. So, and that's yours beginning around 20th of July, is it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. So guys, you can even have a look at the Flame summer program or whatever choice of other summer programs you have. These are online programs. I make a lot of my students do a lot of online programs to build their profile. It can be a good profile building activity as well. You can definitely look at that. I have 200 questions in the Q&A. I can definitely not answer all of them. So what I'm doing is as a takeaway and as a gesture to all of you who have joined in, I am dropping in a Google form, okay? A link to a Google form. I've dropped in a link to a Google form. What I want to see is if any one of you want to have a specific question with Flame. If you want to have a specific question with Flame, I will request Flame to allocate 1 or 2 people out of your team, please. It is very important that we answer these specific questions to these people. Whether it is about your university or it is about liberal education, I don't care. But if you can just allocate, you are such a big university, I'm sure you can give me 2 people for 2 days where they can answer some of the queries. So please, you can fill in this Google form. And if you fill in this Google form, I will take it up with Flame and try and fix a one-on-one call with you guys to answer your queries. Now, before that, Sandeep sir, this question is for you. We have talked about, and we will definitely talk about on July 26th about various careers which will emerge out of liberal education, and we will then combine, let's say, Maya's courses to careers. कि इकोनॉमिक्स और साइकोलॉजी पढ़ लिया तो अब माया मेरे को क्या क्या करियर मिल सकता है और किस टाइप का जॉब मिल सकता है वो मुझे पता है पार्ट 2 ऑफ द जॉब है हमारे लिए आज लिबरल एजुकेशन समझाना था सर बट बिफोर आई एंड दिस डिस्कशन आई वांट टू आस्क is there a human to machine interaction also in the future and how is that going to change and can liberal education help us build that and why am I saying that sir day before yesterday I was on a Facebook live. So at HSM, we do this every Friday, we do Facebook Live, and every Sunday we do this Instagram Live, sir. Right? So where we go immediately and answer all the relevant, irrelevant questions which these parents have, something which is there in the is there in the air, and you want to answer that. So we do a lot of news bites which has come up in education sector. तो मैंने उस टाइम थोड़ी देर पहले I read the statement by Apple, Steve Jobs, and the statement said that DNA of Apple is not just technology. The DNA of Apple is marriage of technology with liberal education. मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगा सर. 120 seconds, can you explain it to my parents?
So of course technology is here to stay, and there's to be a lot of talk that soon artificial intelligence and computing skills will take over a lot that humans have to do, right? And there was a huge integration happening. But like I said, COVID-19 has been a big disruptor. And suddenly now the human element will become again very, very important, because when you're going to be on a path of innovation and doing different things, it's the people who will think. Of course, technology will still continue to be a part. It will aid and assist the world forward. But, it's almost that a prehistoric, for life form is again, kind of push the human being to the higher pecking order. Okay, so the requirement of human interaction is going to increase. But at the same time, the integration with technology is also going to increase, because the thinking of, like I've just said before, of, beyond boundaries is going to be done by the human beings, assisted by machines. So there are going to be more and more careers available for people who have independent thought, and who are able to think and relate to different things and bring them together. And that's why, like being a school principal, I've been trying to educate my parents, my students, that it's important to build skills and competencies, rather than, have a depth of knowledge only in one single subject. All right. So
Right.
I see, going forward, a lot of human involvement, but also a lot of integration with
Right.
machines and technology.
So there are a lot of questions that you have asked, and I will take just 2 or 3 questions, because July 26th is the event which is only about question and answer. There we are not asking panelists to talk. There we are just asking you to shoot a question and the panelists will answer. So we will take all the questions there, but then definitely I will ask some questions here. Shweta Vinodia says, what's the scope of entrepreneurship? Shweta, you have heard Sandeep sir talking about the startup school. You have heard Maya talking about that they offer a minor in entrepreneurship across all their major programs. So entrepreneurship is the future. Again, entrepreneurship is not about starting a business. It is about learning leadership skills. It is about learning multitasking. It is about learning interdisciplinary skills. It is about problem solving approach. Because as an entrepreneur, you need to do multiple things. और आज के time पे there is another very good term called intrapreneur, Shweta. Intrapreneur is an entrepreneur within the organization. Okay, so when you're working for somebody else, but you have those entrepreneurial skills, that's when you become an intrapreneur. So definitely you should go and study. For all those people who think कि entrepreneurship पढ़ के job नहीं लगती, please wake up. Please wake up. Entrepreneurship पढ़ के आजकल ज़्यादा better job लगती है rather than something else पढ़ करके. Okay, because every company wants entrepreneurial traits. What do subject with computer science? You can do a lot with computer science. I was having a discussion with a lot of universities. Most of them are offering computer science as the majors. If they are offering computer science as honors, they will definitely not. देखिए बस 2 चीज ध्यान रखिए. अगर आप कोई भी सब्जेक्ट ऑनर्स में पढ़ेंगे ना, तो कभी माइनर नहीं मिलेगा. Because उसका रीजन ही यही है कि आपने ऑनर्स, आपको उसको इन डेप्थ में पढ़ना है. अगर आप किसी भी की ऑनर्स नहीं करेंगे और मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी अप्रोच चाहिए, तो आप मेजर और माइनर का कॉम्बिनेशन लीजिए. Right? I have taken down a note of all the questions, and I will definitely take all those questions in the July 26th webinar. Once again, I want all of you to understand that today's discussion was just one part of the story. A story is never complete till the time climax is there, right? So you have to come to us for the climax on July 26th. It is very, very important for you guys to come. For all of those who still have questions from Sandeep Chawla, questions from Maya Dodd, please fill in this Google form, and I will try and see how can their team answer your questions. Please do come to our Facebook Live and Insta Live. Give me a big YAY for today's panel. We tried to explain you about liberal education. Give me a big YAY in the chat, guys. I really need to be motivated for July 26th event. I really need to be motivated. Give me a big YAY. I've enabled the chat for you now. Give me a big YAY for this panel today. Come to the next webinar on July 26th. Do fill up this Google form. I'll leave it at the end again. Another important thing that HSM is bringing is a series of welcome series where we are going to talk about Canada as a destination. We're talking about Australia as a destination. We're talking about America as a destination. We're talking about a lot of stuff, and I'm bringing some fabulous universities to talk to you. And best part is HSM is bringing, it's not a marketing company that they will come and market universities. Come on. Today we talked about liberal education. And what did I do? I brought the best university of liberal education to you. We talked about IB. What did I do? I brought the best principal in the country of international baccalaureate education, one of the finest schools in this international, to talk to you. So you have to start believing in your own community and not on those people who are marketing. Okay? Please do that. Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you so much for those lovely comments that you are blessed to have me as a career coach for your child. Thank you. So that's my request with folded hands is go out there and Fill up those 3 questions. Search for High School Moms Facebook group on Facebook. Join the Facebook group if you're a mother. If you're a father, like Divya said, don't be disappointed. They have a Facebook page and they have an Instagram page. Follow that. And then lastly, do come and attend the July 26th webinar. Maya, Sandeep sir, thank you so very much for joining in. With folded hands. I know I was pulling your legs that you guys have taken 3 months to come. I completely understand how busy you guys are. But you have taken out time and come to talk to HSM community. This is phenomenal, sir. At the peak, we were 5,600 people listening to all of you across Facebook groups and the Zoom. At the least right now, we still have 530 in the Zoom room, sir, and people struggle to get 200 in the Zoom. We have 530 in the Zoom room and we are still way above 2,800 on the Facebook group. Thank you so very much. This is Abhishek Gupta signing off on behalf of Sandeep Chhabra, Maya Dodd, Divya Khandelwal, and the entire community and fraternity of high school moms. I am stopping the chat right now so that you can have access to the Google form. I am giving you the Google form. Please fill up the Google form if you want to have a discussion. I mean, Maya, when are you hosting me next? In that beautiful, into that beautiful valley of flame. It's a great experience. What a dome you have. Beautifully surrounded by 4 hills. Guys, and this is my request to parents. पढ़ने के लिए तो सब भेजते हैं अपने बच्चे को. Right? मैं भी भेजूंगा और आप भी भेजेंगे. आप अपने बच्चे को बोलिए कि आप वो जाकर के एक ऑनेस्ट एफर्ट करे, लेकिन अपने 4 साल जिए. ये 4 साल वापस नहीं आएंगे. 4 years of college life do not come back. And Maya, I really want to come and study. Give me a 1-week program or a 2-week program there. I want to stay in that valley. It's a beautiful valley. Sandeep sir, I look forward to come and meet you in person. And now to make you agree to the fact that you will join High School Moms Alliance, I am requesting in front of 500 people on Zoom and in front of 3,000 people on the Facebook group right now with folded hands, please do accept our request and join our alliance. We'll be highly obliged. It's a great movement that we have started. We are small, but we are not far away from becoming big, sir. We are definitely not far away. Thank you so very much. Good day, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. Chat is enabled right now. Say your thanks and greetings to Sandeep Chhabra and Maya Dodd. And I look forward to see you. Please check your emails. All of you will get inviting email to the 26th July webinar and definitely be there. Thank you so much, Sandeep sir, Maya Dodd, and Divya.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take a moment, please. We'll have a picture with everyone here.
Right. Sandeep sir, just 1 second. One group picture. And there you go. I'm taking a screenshot. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Maya. Thank you, Sandeep.
Thank you, everyone.
Wonderful having you. All right, guys. Sandeep sir and Maya Dodd are logging off till the time. I'm giving you a Google form link again. And all of you are asking me, I'm giving it again. And I'm stopping the chat right now. Please don't type it in the chat so that you do not miss out on the Google form. Please stop from typing in. Do not miss out on the Google form. I want you to take this as a takeaway. For 4 years, guys, 400 of you are listening to me right now. For 4 years, I've been talking to you without charging you anything. You can ask high school moms. I have never asked them, apart from the fact that I have to take out time. I am a busy counselor myself. I have to take out time from my weekends to give it to you. Every fortnight, I'm bringing in a webinar for you, simply because you know what? I don't want the children to suffer what I suffered. My dad could not have afforded sending me to a great university. I fought it the hard way. The best asset my dad could have afforded was a Bajaj Chetak, जो कि सिर्फ 45 degree के angle पे चालू होता था, guys. And today, coming to a position where I have owned 2 BMWs myself, and I'm not being proud of it. I'm just saying that I never thought that this can actually happen ever in life. It happened for me. It can happen for your children also. Just think future. Just think future. Okay. Think liberal education. Be there on July 26th. I tried to bring, now Maya is not there. Sandeep is not there. I do not need to market Flame and Maya and Sandeep sir. These are very, very respectable names. Do you know Flame was started? I was there in February before lockdown to meet the Dean of Flame. Flame started and was started by Indira Parekh. You know, a very, very respectable name. She was the dean of IIM Ahmedabad, India's best management institute. From, if I'm correct, from 2002 to 2005. She is a faculty at INSEAD. It is one of the finest MBA colleges in the world, INSEAD, France. And she was the founder director. What she did for a university like Flame was set up the right processes so that kids can be absorbed by best of the companies. Created fabulous collaborations with international universities. I mean, which university in India can say that they have a collaboration with Yale or they have a collaboration with Boston? And you can study in India at what, 1/3 of the cost of going abroad. But you can only apply to a university like Flame or other universities for liberal education if you make your child write the SAT. So मेरा एक सलाह लीजिए, please. I know people come a lot under me for SAT preparations. I am an empaneled counselor with Princeton. I understand that at Gurgaon, but not everybody is from Gurgaon. Yeah, I'm not asking you to come and enroll at Princeton if you're Gurgaon, for God's sake. What I'm doing is I'm asking you to go and enroll for SAT prep in your city, everywhere, to any institute, right? But do give the SAT, because एक SAT देने से आपके बच्चे को 14-15 एग्जाम नहीं लिखने पड़ेंगे आफ्टर 12th के बोर्ड्स खत्म होते हैं मार्च में, इंडियन एंट्रेंसेस सारे होते हैं मई और जून में. एक महीने में कौन बच्चा 14-15 एंट्रेंसेस क्लियर कर सकता है? कोई नहीं कर सकता है. तो हम अगर अपने बच्चे को सुपरमैन और स्पाइडरमैन बनना समझना छोड़ देंगे और हम उनको इंसान समझेंगे, it is about less effort and more result. One exam accepted by 36 universities in India, right? Plus start looking at liberal universities like Flame. I cannot request you more with folded hands. मुझे नहीं पता है why am I folding my hands. I mean, these are your kids, their career. But if Abhishek Gupta can come from a very lower middle class family and come into an HNI segment, believe you me, anybody can. Anybody can. It is just about think future. Past के बारे में सोचना छोड़िए. BCom is past. Only psychology is past. Only sociology is past. Only mathematics is past. Careers with commerce with maths is past. Careers with commerce without maths is past. ये सब questions पूछना छोड़ो यार. Please छोड़ो, हाथ जोड़ के बोलता. I don't know how passionate I am about this, but you can laugh it off. I don't care a damn. I don't care a damn. I still counsel 3,000 students a year. They come to me because they see my passion in my eyes. They come to me because they see my vocal cords passionate. Please fill up this Google form. Reach out to the right people. Understand, yeah. सीखो तो सही. मेरे से पूछो, माया से पूछो, फ्लेम से पूछो, संदीप सर से पूछो, किसी से तो पूछो. और HSM ज्वाइन करो. हाई स्कूल मॉम्स ग्रुप पे होने चाहिए आप लोग. आप लोग हर वो वेबिनार अटेंड कर रहे हो जो आपको बेच रहा है. एक कम्युनिटी दिव्या जैसा पेरेंट जो उठ करके बोलता है कि नहीं मुझे फाइट करना है. I really liked when I talked to her. She says, I want to make every mother a career counselor in this country. I mean, she's fighting out for you guys. Go ahead and do it. Again, yes, I'm giving you the Google form. I will definitely do a session for science students, Meghna. Very soon I'll do it. Google form again coming your way. This Google form will ensure that I can request. I'll request Flame. I'll request Sandeep sir कि वो एक दो, they are big universities. अगर वो 2 बंदे दे देंगे ताकि वो आप लोगों को समझा पाएं लिबरल एजुकेशन क्या है, या फ्लेम कैसे काम करता है, या फ्लेम अच्छा है कि बुरा है, ये आपका डिसीजन है. मेरे को फ्लेम अच्छा लगता है बिकॉज मैंने विजिट किया है. मैं मिलता हूँ बच्चों से, मैं बात करता हूँ उनकी फैकल्टी से, मैं कंपनी से बात करता हूँ जो हायर करते हैं. मुझे नहीं पता है वो आपको अच्छा लगेगा कि नहीं लगेगा, बट पूछो तो सही गाइस. Right? It's a great university. Go ahead and talk to them. Sandeep sir is a great resource. Go and talk to them. Talk to Divya. Talk to Abhishek Gupta. And till next time, July 26th, don't forget, I'll see you there. Be there for me. Be there for your high school moms. Follow High School Moms on Facebook page. Follow highschoolmoms.community on Instagram. Join High School Moms group. Invite your friends to join High School Moms group once you have joined. Let's spread this awareness. Let's make every mother in this country a career counselor for their children so that no children suffers. So that nobody takes us for a ride. This is Abhishek Gupta signing off. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.